Rachel's mom. Hi. And today, we're going to read a book to you. This is called, this is by Mr. Rogers. And it's a book about going to the hospital. So we thought you might like this. Now, this book is old. And some of the things for Rachel's mommy, I'm just putting it out there, some of the things are outdated.
Mm-hmm. Here's the first picture.
But we have to do the copyright stuff.
There's all awesome live photographs in this, and it's awesome.
We have to...
Okay, so here's the copyright section. I'll read that out. This was done in 1988. I was 1. Cait wasn't even born yet. And it's a Paper Star book published officially in 1997 by Putnam and Grosset? Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Grosset Group?
Yes.
Published similarly in Canada. Cool.
And there's a little note, but we won't read that.
I'll put it up if you want to pause the video. Though I think it might be backwards. I don't know. But that's the intro.
That's more for Rachel's mommy.
Right.
That's more for your mommy, Rachel.
Okay. So here's what the illustrations look like in the beginning. Okay. So, have you ever had to stay in bed for a few days because you were sick or hurt? So I won't be like the weird person who's just randomly sticking it out of frame. Have you ever had to stay in bed for a few days because you were sick or hurt? Many children have, in times like that, times when their moms or dads help them get well at home.
Sick. Little, I don't know if that's all where little girl, but
Little Ginger.
They have to stay in bed.
Mm-hmm. There are times, though, when children need care that their moms and dads can't give them at home. Those are the times when the parents might have to take their children to a hospital. There's a big one in that picture.
And it's okay, Rachel. It's not scary because, as we'll find out, there are lots of people to help you.
A hospital is a place where doctors and nurses work together with others to take special care of people who are sick or hurt. You can see lots of doctors and nurses at that desk in the picture. You can also tell this was initially done in the 80s. Look at the hairdos. Mm-hmm. When people go to the hospital, they might stay for a day or they might stay for several days. No matter why you go to the hospital or how long you stay, you'll always get to go home again just as soon as the doctor decides that you're well enough to leave.
They don't want to make you stay anymore unless you have a really big surgery, Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
So.
When you're getting ready to go to the hospital, there's lots to do and plenty to think about. I don't mean to cover Cait up. You might want to ask questions about why you are going to the hospital and what it'll be like there. You might want to play about it too. See in this picture, a mom and her daughter are playing doctor with her doll, and she's taking her heartbeat.
I do all the time.
And they have a nice little doctor kit in the corner. If you're going to the hospital for only a day, you might want to bring along your favorite toy. But if you're going for more than one day, you'll probably want to pack a bag with things you want to have with you, like pajamas, slippers, a toothbrush, a favorite book or toy, and clothes to wear when you come home. Some people like to take along a picture of their family, too. He's packing his bag,
just in case
and she's ready to go.
You miss your mommy and daddy. Just in case.
People have lots of different feelings about going to the hospital. Some even think it's their own fault that they're there, but it's not their fault. Going to the hospital isn't a punishment. It's a way of getting help. If you're feeling sad or scared or angry, it can help to tell someone how you're feeling.
It's okay. You didn't do this on purpose if you have to go.
When you first arrive at the hospital, it can seem like a big, busy place with many people coming and going, and when you're there, you often have to ask for directions.
Yep. You can get lost.
We have gotten lost before, but there's always nice people who tell us where to go. You'll probably go into a waiting room until it's your turn for the hospital receptionist to see you. See, there's a bunch of other kids playing in there. Also, I love how 70s this scene is. Like, look at the furniture and the... Oh my gosh, it's amazing. As soon as your turn comes, you'll get a bracelet with your name on it. It's called an ID bracelet. It's just a short way of saying identification bracelet. You'll need to wear that bracelet as long as you stay in the hospital. If someone wants to know your name, that person can ask you or just look at the bracelet. You'll be able to take the bracelet off as soon as you go home if you want.
Nowadays, they do both. They have to do both to check who you are.
And a lot of times the bracelets have stuff like allergies and that kind of thing on them. Aren't they color coded now? Which is kind of cool. Like, they're color coded depending on the stuff you have.
If you're allergic to something, they'll give you a red one. And that means that you're allergic to something, so that they know not to give you that medicine or whatever makes you allergic, because it can make you sick.
And that would be rather unfortunate. Okay. A person staying in the hospital may get a different kind of pajamas or nightgown to wear, a kind that doesn't have buttons, so it's easier to get in and out of. See? Your mommy's helping him.
So that you, when you have to go potty, have an easier time getting in on all.
That too.
And I think Rachel, your mommy, would help you out of your wheelchair, because I know you're in a wheelchair. I'm in a wheelchair too, don't worry about it. It's okay. But mine's powered. I think yours you push. But still, we're both in wheelchairs.
The ID bracelet in the hospital pajamas might be new to you, but you'll see other things you might have seen before, either at home or at your doctor's office, like the scale, which you stand on to see how much you weigh and how tall you are, and the thermometer that takes your temperature.
I don't know if in that one they're putting it in the mouth, but they don't tend to do that
No, she's
anymore.
just showing it to her.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you know they have those cool ones that like go across your forehead?
Technology. They either do it in your forehead, on your forehead, or in your ear now.
Okay. The stethoscope lets the doctor listen to your heartbeat and your breathing. Cait, you might have to help me with this one.
Otoscope.
Oh, thank you. I was going to say oscilloscope, but I knew that wasn't right.
That's for your eyes and your ears and your mouth.
Thank you. She's so good at pronouncing
stuff.
stuff.
There's anything wrong with your eyes and your nose and your mouth.
The blood pressure band, which gets tight on your arm and helps the doctor know more about how your heart is working. Nowadays, sometimes they have this little clippy thingy that goes on your finger, and somehow, magically, it tells that. It's kind of cool.
And also,
Cait has one.
Nowadays, your blood pressure's taken usually electronically. They have a machine that does it. It beeps. It's very annoying. But
what was that? Oh, those were other books.
It helps.
So good.
Sorry about that sound, Rachel.
That's okay. I'm going to move that one up there, though, so he doesn't fall too. Okay. One important way doctors learn how healthy you are is by looking at a little of your blood. This can be done by pricking your finger or using a small needle to take some of the blood out of your arm. It sometimes feels like a pinch, but the hurt goes away very quickly. And, of course, it's okay to cry if you want to. Your body is always making new blood, so you'll have plenty left. He has a very cute teddy bear. He's very fluffy. Another way doctors learn about how healthy you are is by looking at some of your urine. Or your pee.
Your pee, Rachel. I know that sounds gross. But
It makes sense, though.
they have to check.
It may seem strange to try to urinate in a cup, and sometimes it ain't easy.
Some people pee in a cup,
Mm-hmm.
so the doctors can take that cup of pee and test it.
Because that's sometimes what a doctor or nurse may need you to do. If you have some medicine while you're in the hospital, you might get it in a cup, or by a shot, or through an IV. An IV is a tiny needle connected to a small tube that goes in your hand or your arm. The IV sends medicine all through your body quickly and keeps it there as long as your body needs it.
And they have what they do. They put the needle in, but the needle doesn't stay in. Just
The medicine bit,
the plastic bit.
which is cool.
I think I'm right on that.
I think you're correct too. Because they always take something off. They put it in and then they take something off and then they tape it down. Okay. Your doctor will know what kind of medicine you will need and the best way to give it to you. You may also go to a room where an x-ray machine takes pictures of the inside of your body. An x-ray table can feel cold and hard, and you might have to stay very still for a minute while you hear the machine buzz. Who's ever with you may have to stay just outside the door. X-rays are over quickly, though, and just like any other pictures that people take, the x-ray itself does not hurt. It's a big machine.
Rachel, the reason why your mommy might have to stay outside, it's okay. It's so that she doesn't get in the picture, in the way of the picture, and doesn't get the, I don't know how to describe radiation. How do you?
It's the rays that take the picture.
Your mommy might have to help you with that. But.
Yeah. Hospitals have special beds with sides that can go up to keep people from falling out. Everybody who has to be in the hospital sleeps in a bed like this, even the grown-ups.
See, when some babies sleep in one like that looks like a crib bed. Go back and show her that it looks like a crib like babies sleep in, but what it has rails on it so that you don't fall out. And the bigger beds do too.
Yes, they do. Some people get to eat in bed. That might be something that they don't have at home, but it's usually all right to have meals at the hospital in bed. Someone will bring them to you on a tray that goes on a table that fits right over your bed. Other times the table can come in handy as a place to draw and play.
Yeah, you can play on the table. They want you, and
you may have a room all for yourself when you stay in the hospital. He has some nice balloons.
Because his mommy probably brought him to him to help him get better, to make him feel better about being in the hospital.
Exactly. Or you may share a room with other children. Lots of kids in that one. Some hospitals have rooms where kids can go and play. Hospitals have bathrooms too. But if someone doesn't feel well enough to walk that far, a person can use a bedpan or a urinal. It's a kind of toilet you can use right in your bed and won't get the bed all messy and wet.
What that is, it's like a potty for your bed. So that if you're on machines, your mommy doesn't have to wheel you and get the IV all messed up and stuff.
Right.
It helps. But sometimes that part about not getting your bed wet is hard to do because you have to. Sometimes you can't do that. But they have people that'll help clean your bed for you if you do.
So it's not a big deal. Nurses and doctors sometimes need to wear masks over their noses and mouths, but you'll still be able to see their eyes, and you can be sure they're still the same people underneath the masks. The same people who are helping you get better.
That's just so they don't get sick with whatever germs you have.
When children need to stay overnight at the hospital, their moms or dads can stay with them in the same room or a room nearby. But when moms or dads can't stay all the time, you can be sure that some nurses will be there throughout the night. It feels good to know that while you're in the hospital, there will be always someone who will listen to you if you have questions, and will come for you if you need help.
And they have what they call a call button, and you press it.
It goes,
And then the nurse will come because she'll hear that and know ask you what you want and how she can make you feel better.
Exactly. Many people will be taking special care of you until you're well enough to go home. And that's the best part. Going home to the place you know best and to the people you love the most. The ones who are so proud of how you're growing through hard times and easy times. The end.
I love books about the hospital, Rachel, so there might be more from me about the hospital. I love it. Hopefully you like that book, and if you have any questions, ask your mommy. While you're reading it, listening to it, if you have any questions that I didn't try to answer, ask your mommy.
There you go.
Okay?
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching and listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.